What is going on, guys? It is Lethal Foxy coming back at you guys today with the second upload of the day, and now we are going to break down and do a little analysis on the worldwide Call of Duty World War II reveal from the live stream. We're going to be looking at the trailer. We're going to be looking at what Michael Condrey was talking about as far as weapons in the game, and we're going to be talking about some of the announcements that they made during the reveal. I'm so excited. Let's get into it. All right, so first we're going to look at the trailer. I can't show the whole trailer because it'll probably get a copyright strike, and I don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take screenshots from the trailer, and I'll put them up on the screen. I'll kind of analyze what I see and what I think will be in multiplayer maybe, or what they could do as far as more weapons, or what weapons I do see and what weapons were confirmed and we'll see in multiplayer. So let's go and let's start with the opening. The opening, right off the bat, starts at D-Day. Everyone knew that, but seeing it for the first time is amazing. The water and the explosions and a typical Call of Duty trailer. You expected that. As soon as I saw the first 10 seconds with explosions and stuff like that, I was like, okay, I've seen this before and it looks a lot better than what it used to. As you guys can see in this part of the trailer, the Allies are invading Western Europe. This is known as D-Day, like I've said before. But you guys can really see how much detail Sledgehammer Games is putting into the campaign already, and just how the game looks and how nice it looks and how pretty it looks. The game goes. They said during the live com that it's a dark game. This is a dark time for a lot of people. It is the Second World War, but they didn't want to make it too dark to where it turned people off from the game. So they made it dark, but they also made it to where the game looked beautiful and where the game looked nice and stood out from the rest. There's a lot of bright colors, and then there's a lot of non-bright colors. Like, everything comes out in the trailer. During the trailer, during this part, you see planes flying down, and there are troops running around in the field, and they're getting shot at. They're, getting fucked up and shit. But you can, if you look at the environment, you see how pretty it is and how gorgeous the setting looks. And I think that's awesome, because with Infinite Warfare, and I know they're two completely different games, but as far as the setting goes, the setting for Infinite Warfare is incredibly boring and it doesn't stand out. But as you can see from this already, it already stands out just from the trailer. Now, we don't know what it looks like as far as multiplayer goes. Later in the live stream, they ended up showing a behind the scenes of making the game, and you can see how good the game looks from FPS, like from a first person view. You can just see how good the game looks. And I don't know what gun the guy was shooting, but someone was shooting a gun. It was an automatic. It was on the screen. It was on like a monitor. So, the camera's looking at the monitor. But even from the camera's point of view, it still looked good. And it still looked incredible. So that's a good sign as far as what the multiplayer setting will look like, and how much detail is put in, and how colorful and beautiful the game will end up looking when it drops. I'll probably put a screenshot of someone using a flamethrower, because I think there is one out there. But in the trailer, they showed someone using a flamethrower in the middle of a town, or a broken town. Basically, it was just all battered and destroyed. But that makes me speculate whether or not a flamethrower is going to come into the game for multiplayer. It'll probably be in the campaign without a doubt. You'll be able to pick one up most likely and use it to your advantage. But I wonder if they'll throw that in multiplayer as well. I wonder what gun that is. To me, it looked, when I first watched it, it looked like an MP40. During the stream, Michael Condrey said that there was a gun called the grease gun. That might be what that is. It's either the MP40 or the grease gun. And then you see a guy reloading the M1 Garand. I'm pretty sure it's the M1 Garand. I could be wrong, but I'm about like 90% sure that's what that is. We're going to get into some guns that were confirmed by Michael Condrey himself, and they will be in the campaign, but they will most likely be in multiplayer as well. So let's get into that. Okay, so the weapons that were confirmed goes as follows. It's the M1 Garand, the STG-44, the MG-42, the M1903, the grease gun, and like I said before, I thought I saw an MP40, but I'm not too sure. So I'm going to show each of these on the screen. Okay, so as you guys can see on the screen, the first rifle that we have is the M1 Garand. It's an American semi-automatic rifle with incredibly high power. It was seen in World War II and the Korean War, and had limited time in the Vietnam War. And then the next one that we have is the M1903, aka the Springfield. The M1903 Springfield It's formerly a United States rifle, 5-round magazine, bolt action, and used primarily during the first half of the 20th century. The M1903 Springfield remained in service as a standard issue infantry rifle during World War II, since the U.S. entered the war without sufficient M1 rifles to arm all troops. It also remained in service as a sniper rifle during World War II, the Korean War, and even early stages of the Vietnam War. As far as the weapons go, I'm so hyped. So the next weapon we're going to look at is the STG-44, also known as the MP-44 from Modern Warfare. The STG-44 is a German selective fire rifle developed during World War II. It's basically an assault rifle. That's what it is. Now, the next gun is the MG-42. Now, the MG-42 was also in World at War, and it says that it was a German heavy machine gun with a high rate of fire and moderate power. It was effective at medium to long range. It was designed in Nazi Germany and used extensively during the second half of World War II. So if you guys don't know what the grease gun is, the grease gun, it is an M3 submachine gun. I figured it was a submachine gun, I just didn't know. So it's not the MP40. So this is a completely different submachine gun. It says right here, the M3 was an American 45 caliber submachine gun adopted for U.S. Army service on the 12th of December 1942. It was like a little bit before World War II ended. The M3 was chambered for the same 45 round fire by the Thompson machine gun, which everyone knows, but it was cheaper to produce. The M3 was commonly referred to as the grease gun or simply the greaser. I'm pretty sure that's the gun they were showing in the behind the scenes clips when they were showing it like an automatic gun, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was the grease gun. So those are the weapons that are already confirmed. Now, as far as other guns I would like to see in the game, they go as follows. I'm not really worried about shotguns. However, if there was a double-barreled shotgun in there, that's one I would want. Now, every submachine gun from World at War I would love to see in this game. The Thompson, the MP40, the Type 100, and the PPSH. I think all of those should be in Call of Duty World War II. I would love to see them in there. I am a little bit more of a sub player. You know, I think all 4 of those should be put in the game, but if not all 4, then you should take the Thompson, the MP40, and the PPSH. As far as other rifles go, I think they should put the M1A1 carbine and the Gewehr into the game as well. Now, to top it off with bolt action rifles, they need to put in the PTRS-41. It is the top bolt action rifle in Call of Duty World at War, and that's all I really have to say as far as weapons go. Okay, so we discussed the weapons. We've kind of looked over what maps may look like, because based on the campaign, I would really love them to take the campaign and then just format maps from the campaign, just like they used to do. And I haven't seen that in a game in a really long time. Even in Halo, they don't really do that anymore. Real quickly, we're going to talk about Headquarters. It's a whole different multiplayer experience for Call of Duty. They showed us a sneak peek and they showed us a very small glimpse. And I'm going to put the picture up on the screen, and you guys can see just how much they want the community to come back together. If you're able to speak to one another in this, or go up to one of your friends or one of the people in Headquarters and just talk to them, that really brings back the whole communication factor of what Call of Duty used to be when there was no party chat. If you guys played back in the day, back when I played with World at War and Modern Warfare 2, mostly World at War, you guys remember how game chat was pretty much, you could only be in game chat, or you would have to do like a private chat, and in the private chat could only consist of 2 people. So it would be you and the other person that you're playing with. So game chat was required. And I feel like the communication factor and the bonding that you could have with people online may come back with this Headquarters idea, and I really like that. I think that the community is so distant from each other nowadays that I think that the Headquarters idea is a great idea. Now, I don't really play zombies that much. I'm excited for it. I think that it's good that they're bringing it back. But if you're a huge zombies fan, you were probably jumping up and down screaming when you saw that the Nazi zombies were coming back to the zombies game mode for World War II. So that's really cool as well. I guess one of the biggest gaming events of the year is E3, and it really brings out all the competition in PS4, Xbox, all this other stuff, and they said that the multiplayer reveal will be at E3. I believe E3 is June 15th or so. Guys, if you haven't already, please drop a huge like on this video. I thank you guys so much. If you guys haven't subscribed to me, please go subscribe as well. We will see you guys in the next video. I thank you all so much for joining me and taking a look at this analysis, and I appreciate every single one of you that stopped by the channel to check this video out. So YouTube, we will see you later. Goodbye.